Hey everyone, today with our tea time chat with a little bit of a difference, we're talking about Google Shopping, so stick around and watch. We're talking about what you need to run Google Shopping campaigns, common problems that stop them working, and also some tips and tricks to make your budget a bit more effective. So we're talking to pay-per-click specialist Liam Ingram today. Hey Liam, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, except I have no tea. I'm on the
Oh,
first height of my life, so water.
oh
So
no.
this is water time with Tillison, technically. So
Yeah.
there we go. There we go. We'll see if we can lose this belly, but there we go. Okay, Liam. So just before we start, folks, as usual, if you do have some questions, do comment in the comments below, whether you're watching live or you're watching later on YouTube, and we'll do our best to answer those questions. Some of the things we're going to talk about and reference are in other videos or in blog posts, and I'll make sure that we add some links into the comments and the description so you can access those resources as well as we go. So do remember to check those. If you do like the video, then give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more of these tips on how to grow your business online. So Liam, Google Shopping. What is Google Shopping?
Google Shopping is effectively where you sponsor products that you sell on your site through Google AdWords. So what they effectively look like is, if we just go into here,
So this is very specifically for e-commerce stores.
yeah, for
Yeah.
e-commerce stores,
So
yeah,
that's one of the stipulations, that you have to sell products online to be able to use Google Shopping.
yeah. But so
So
basically, what they look like is effectively, if I just type in accountant London, which is a normal search. See here, you only get text ads show up for AdWords. Um,
okay, and then you
but
get
if,
location results as well.
yeah,
Hence
location
the mapping.
results. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if I type in, for example, uh, Nike trainers, you see here on the right hand side, you get sponsored ads.
Okay.
This is effectively what shopping is, where it will list your products, the pricing, and what they are with an image ad.
Okay, so this is Google's clever algorithm that knows the intent behind the search is I'm shopping for a product, rather than I'm looking for directions or I'm learning how to do
Yeah,
something.
it's a direct
So
action because you want an individual product.
yeah, but Google only really shows them when someone's typing a search that Google knows that it's a product.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
knows it's a product. Yeah.
Okay. So what do I need? What does a business need? There are a number of elements. I know this can be a little bit complicated. So
Yeah.
what elements does someone need to set up to kind of bring these together and get some ads live on Google Shopping?
So there's three main things you need to set up Google Shopping. The first thing is a shopping feed for your website, which is usually done through a RSS feed or an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
Um,
And that needs to be a specific format to be compatible with Google.
yeah,
And I'll make sure we put a link into the spec. And I think we've got a blog post on that as well because there were some changes just
yeah,
recently. So
yeah, we have, yeah. Um, the second thing you need is a merchant account at google.co.uk/merchants, which
okay,
is effectively where you put your shopping feed from the website in there, so it's eligible to run on AdWords.
okay.
Um, and thirdly, you need an AdWords account up and running to be able to show these shopping ads. So they're the three main elements.
Okay, so we need a shopping feed,
Yep,
ideally straight from the website, and
yep,
the idea with that is that the feed from your website updates automatically. So if you
yeah,
update a product title or product description, or you update a price, or it goes out of stock, or anything like that, that's a dynamic feed, an RSS feed straight from your website. That then we go into the merchant center and we tell it where that feed lives, and then we can tell Google daily or weekly, I think it is, isn't it, to go and
yeah.
fetch that feed and update Google's.
Well, that's what makes the shopping ads to me work really well compared to text ads. Whereas if it was a text ad and it was out of stock, you'd have to, manually go in and turn it off. Whereas the shopping ads do it for you. So
Yes,
that's quite
yeah,
well that way.
absolutely. So we've got our feed from the website. and you might need a developer to set that up for you.
Yeah.
A lot of the big e-commerce stores or platforms rather, like Magento, etc., they have extensions that do this natively. So you should find if you've got one of the common e-commerce platforms that it's kind of done for you. So we take the RSS feed. We've now got that in the Merchant Center. We need to connect the Merchant Center account and the AdWords account together.
Yeah.
Usually you would use the same email address for both, the same Google account.
Yeah. To keep it
So that's
simple,
not too
yeah.
bad. I know that's a little bit fiddly, and maybe at some point over the next few weeks you can just do a little tutorial video on how to
Yeah,
connect those
I
up.
mean, to be honest, it is a little bit fiddly, but once it's done, it's done. So,
Yeah.
you only do it the once, but
Okay. So we've now got AdWords connected to the Merchant Center, and the Merchant Center pulling in the feed from the website.
yeah.
Okay. So what do we do next?
Well, in terms of once
AdWords. So how do
well,
we
so,
how do we get a campaign? So we've got the thing connected.
uh,
What are the basics of a
so you
campaign?
then create a shopping campaign on Google.
Mhm.
Uh, Make sure you set your daily budget. You put a little promo code in there as well on the text ads, and then you just let it run.
Okay. And what are the common problems that stop this working? Because quite a lot of people try this and
Yeah,
call us and we're, oh, it's not working. Why is it not
yeah.
working? And yeah,
There's a number of factors. Firstly, the most common thing I probably get is you get issues with the feed initially from the website. It's just not working due to usually a common error which a developer will fix. Another real common problem is people tend to bid on everything that they sell, which, logically you'd say you would. But the trouble with that is, one, some of these products might not convert very well on shopping. Two, you blitz your daily budget really early, so you need to make sure that goes, throughout the day a bit more your budget. Um,
okay,
Another thing is, which is quite common, is negative keywords. A number of people don't know you actually get keyword data through shopping campaigns. It works exactly the same as search term reports on a normal AdWords campaign. You can see what's matched. It's really important to add in these negatives because, for example, if you sold expensive furniture and you was matching with cheap, you want to make sure you cut out all this wasted clicks that are coming through.
sure,
Um,
okay. So
but
that's in the search terms report in Google Ads, the same as
yeah,
where
it
it is
works
in
exactly the
normal
same, but
campaigns.
a
Okay.
lot of people don't know it's there. So
Okay. So you would just go through and see what's matching, what searches are matching your shopping feed, and then you can negate those to stop that happening in future and stop the
yeah.
wasted clicks. Okay. Any other common issues with Google Shopping that stop it working?
I'd probably say sometimes people aren't bidding enough, uh, for the clicks. You need to make sure your bids are fairly competitive, so you show it. It works similar to text ads and AdWords in that respect. You need to make sure it's competitive enough, so you show consistently.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Another thing, going back to the blitzing the budget, you need to make sure uh, they show a lot of the time throughout the day, so your impression share is high enough that you can convert people who will click multiple times, which we find quite prevalent on shopping. So,
Yeah. Okay. There's a whole other video on that. I'll put a link
yeah, yeah,
into how important that is. There's a really good desktop sort of video that shows you some comparative data that shows a campaign with high impression share and low impression share and shows you the impact of it. I won't
yeah,
go into that now because that's a whole other story and we've done it. So I'll put a link in and go and watch that. But
yeah,
impression share is probably AdWords full stop and shopping particularly as well.
yeah,
It's really really important. So yeah,
yeah,
that's there's no point in if you're competing for I don't know ladies shoes or something and you've got £10 per day budget, you probably need closer to £300 budget
yeah, yeah.
for something like
That's what
that.
I always
So
say.
yeah, so you do need to be really careful with impression share as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I was going to ask you for some tips to kind of be more effective, but I guess we've covered a few of those anyway, haven't we? So,
yeah. I mean,
um,
I'd probably say the main thing to do initially is just to make sure you've got the products in the shopping campaign split out so you can see, similarly like you do with ad groups in normal search campaigns. So you've got them there so you can see where the money's going, and which ones are bringing you in the sales. That's important, so you can exclude the ones that are wasting budget, and you can even bid a bit more, on the ones that seem to be bringing you in the most sales.
Okay.
Um, I'd probably say as well, going back to what we've already spoke about, just make sure you're constantly filtering what's being searched, just so you get it down to the really good traffic that is going to bring you in sales.
Okay, and that's a regular thing now. I mean, this is
that's
also a common problem actually, that people think, well, you just set it up and you leave it, or you set it up and then you go and add some negatives and then you leave it. But actually, you should be looking at that. I mean, it depends how much you're spending and how much traffic is coming through there, as to how much data and therefore how much waste and how much kind of new information you're going to get. But for a high volume campaign, you'd probably want to be looking at how often, every day or two for the first couple of weeks.
Every day or two. I mean, even after it's been set up a while and you think it's performing fairly well, you still want to check every week because it changes all the time. So you definitely want to keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, that's good. So let's just summarize that then. So Google Shopping shows ads to people who Google is detecting. The intent behind that search is specifically for a shopping product, like a pair of shoes, furniture, whatever it might be. They won't necessarily show, or very rarely will show, for things like directions or business services or how to do stuff. So if you search for a cake, you'll probably get shopping results. If you search for how to make a cake, you'll get video results. So they only really show when the intent is there to buy something. That's great. That should improve the quality of the clicks and the intent behind them. We need a shopping feed from the website. We should also say that you can do this manually with a spreadsheet that you can upload. I wouldn't recommend it for more than a handful of products. If you've got 500 or 600 products, you really don't want to be doing that in Excel and uploading it every day or every week to Google Shopping. So automated is definitely a way to go with the RSS feeds. But we need that feed ideally. We need a Google Merchant Center account. We need a Google AdWords account that's then connected, and we need to build a campaign with the targeting. It's an auto target, Liam, isn't it? Is it an auto target in AdWords with the Google Shopping feed, and then monitor that regularly for search terms. Make sure you're bidding high enough to be showing in good positions, and then monitor the conversions that you're getting directly from that campaign, those clicks, but also the contribution of those clicks to conversions which happen on maybe your normal search ads. So it might be the search for Nike XYZ 123 shoes or trainers or whatever. They click on a shopping ad, and then the day later they come back and go myshoestore.com, and then they convert from that. So I know Anthony's doing some work. Anthony Potts, senior strategist with us, he's doing some work at the moment, some research, just to have a look at how often shopping clicks contribute to later conversions versus standard text ads. So they'll be interesting to see the outcomes.
I mean, I'd guess that'd be fairly high, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as usual, folks, make sure you comment in the comments. Comment in the comments. That's a good place to comment, obviously. And do subscribe for more videos, and I'll still be on the water next time. But till then, Liam, thanks a lot for your help. And folks, go do some Google Shopping campaigns and sell some more stuff.